His skill at doing that and judgment allowed him to rise to the office of superintendent of the painting department at Studebaker, but eventually decided to leave the Studebaker company and form his own business. He named his new company O'Brien Varnish Works. His company's first product was a machine to press linseed into linseed oil, which is a major component of varnish at the time. He eventually started to tint that linseed oil. You got varnish, and eventually the company moved into paints, colored paints. The factory was located, and part of the building still stands at the corner of Washington and Johnson out on the west side. I believe it's now called Royal Adhesives. That was part of the O'Brien Company buildings. Mr. O'Brien's sons, Samuel, W.D., George, and F.J., were all officers at the company at one time or the other. During the latter days of his life, Patrick was on the advisory committee that oversaw the building of the present-day courthouse downtown. Mr. Patrick O'Brien died in 1913. Soon after that, the O'Brien Company eventually merged with another paint company and became known as Fuller O'Brien Paint. So that's where you've seen that name before. And so their family has a good acre here. So pretty good. All right, just across the road here. Be careful.
Hang on. Thank you.
Now, I only stop at this grave briefly, but it doesn't diminish the importance. Any good Polish pronouncers here today? Pietrzarowski. All right. Thank you. That's even better. I'm not going to attempt that. I don't want to pull something. All right. Now, Peter Jr., born here in South Bend, enlisted in World War II and was sent to Iwo Jima and died on Iwo Jima February 24th, 1945. He's one of two Iwo Jima deaths, KIAs, here in the cemetery, and we'll be going by his in just a few minutes. So I just want to point that out. You also notice there's also a porcelain picture of Peter up here on his stone. You might notice others that are missing. Sometimes they're pried off by vandals. Sometimes because of the freeze and thaw here in the northern part of the state, water gets behind them, pops them right off. So, but it's a neat feature. They've got a whole picture carved up here of them coming out of their landing craft. Evidently, he was killed on the beach after they landed. All right. Say it for me again.
Pardon?
Say it for me again. Did you say Pierchowski's name?
Pierchowski.
Thank you. I'll never get it again. I'll never get it again.
The CH is a it's not a ch. It's a
Like you're German, baby. Go your
yeah.
Yeah, I can't. That's why I fought Spanish. I couldn't twirl them over.
I guess.
All right, we're going to be looking at, hopefully you can see it, the stone of George Clark. Now, George Clark was actually born in New Orleans, May 8th, 1860. His early school days were, of course, spent in southern schools, southern grade schools. After graduating down there, he attended several colleges, eventually ending up here at Notre Dame. He was awarded a Bachelor of Laws and a Bachelor of Arts degree in 1880. He was connected with the university for some years, serving as a professor of mathematics, history, oratory, and later taught at the law school. Mr. Clark was eventually elected to the Indiana State Bar and the St. Joseph County Bar Association in 1890. In 1900, he was elected as the prosecuting attorney for this county. He was married twice. His first wife died and left him 2 children, and he married again. Because of his devotion and commitment to the Knights of Columbus, which is a Catholic organization, Help Me Somebody, charity, goodwill, that sort of thing, organization for Catholic men. And he was like their chapter president for a long time, and he did a lot of stuff with the Knights of Columbus, and so they erected this stone after his death in 1909. So it's not too bad. Kind of a lot of symbolism on here. The anchor either means he belonged to the ship trade, which probably not, but also could mean you're anchored in God's Word. And there's also a sword on here, which is also indicative of the Holy Scriptures. So, Mr. Clark, up the road.
There's still bearings people out here.
Yeah. I did.
Huh? No, they buried their last one there 2004, I believe.
What if you bought a plot out there that's probably in the area?
Yeah, that's why I said 2004 is the last one, that the open plot they had left. The neighbor was out there talking to us one night and telling us about
all over that place.
it. Yeah. He said that was the last active one, that they were just waiting for them to die to plant them in there.
To plant them in there.
Yeah.
That's nice.